So, John said to me, can you make a vlog about vlogging? Okay, I said. Oh, and by the way, make sure Jerusalem is recognisable in the background, please. Before he can make it even more difficult, I'll get going.
Assalamu alaikum.
I started vlogging so that I'd be quick and able with filmmaking because my work with World Vision takes me to emergency responses. I suppose I should also say that it's fun, just in case you were wondering. It's been a journey of trial and error, actually lots of error. So each vlog I make teaches me some new things. Just to get some practice, I've been vlogging some of my weekend hikes in Palestine and Israel. To start with, I was a little shy about talking to my flip camera in amongst a crowd of strangers. So I took myself a little way away and made the first few clips. But as the hike progressed, I got more confidence because nobody seemed bothered or even interested in what I was doing. So by the end, I was making my clips from in amongst the crowd. Then, when I downloaded my video clips to the computer, I found that I'd made a silly mistake. I'd failed to turn the camera on when I thought I was, and I'd turned it on when I thought I was turning it off, so I ended up with a number of roller coaster clips. I made a virtue out of necessity and used those as a bit of humour in my film. Next week it was a quiet walk in Israel where there used to be a Palestinian village. I tried to get some close-up shots of wildflowers that are the main attraction of springtime walks in the Holy Land. But I got some very colourful but blurred and useless fuzzy shots. Some of the other shots were spoiled because it was a windy day and I got high wind draw on the audio that completely spoiled it. And that's where the fuzzy shots came in and saved the day for me, because I was able to use the audio that had some beautiful birdsong to save the beautiful but windy shot. This week we're taking a nature trail set up through the ruins of a Palestinian village called Sataf. It's all very beautiful. I'm sure it was a lot more lively when Palestinians were here. I didn't have a good punchy sequence for the end, so I used a title board and linked it to the title board at the beginning to tie the story together. The next week I still didn't get some good close-up sequences, and I was so overconfident I filmed a lot of jerky, bumpy sequences that were the visual equivalent of airplane turbulence. I saved the dialogue from some of the bumpy visuals and put it together with better pictures. That way I also saved on the length of the vlog. We're just entering the village of Enkinya, which is halfway down our walk.
Hey, you wish. No way.
No way? No, less than halfway. 1/3. But we're not tired, we haven't drunk our water, we haven't stopped for our big eat, and we are still on the track.
Because you take so much time talking to yourself.
Ah, come on! Every time the challenge is to remember the lessons I've learned and find a fresh approach to telling the story. Here is your challenge in the field. 2 things. You've got to remember all these points and lessons, and you have got to think up a fresh approach to telling the story. Well, you're all storytellers, so you know the second point. But don't let it slip away on you when you're stressed out trying to remember the technical points. I've got some tips on pre- and post-production that are being handed out to you. Or if you're seeing this online, can be downloaded from the page you're viewing. I've included the 5 key filming tips here. Frame and compose still shots is the subject that moves and not the camera. Always use a tripod if you can for a good steady shot, and hang something heavy from it just to help stabilize it. You can see here I've used my bag. Aim for 10-second shots with handles at each end. You need this for smooth editing. Sound is more important than visuals. Poor sound ruins more videos than poor pictures. Oh, I expect you're wondering how this little flip camera can pick up my voice so clearly at such a distance. Well, it reminds me of the story of the Romans first landing in Britain 2,000 years ago. When they landed, there was one Briton with blue woad on his arm standing at the top of a hill taunting them, and the Roman commander sent one soldier up the hill and he disappeared after the Briton, and there was a blood-curdling scream, and the Briton reappeared taunting them again. Hey, hey! And the Roman commander sent 10 soldiers. There was a fierce clash of battle and more blood-curdling screams, and the Briton reappeared. Hey! So the commander said, well, bother this, and he sent a whole legion. And there was an enormous battle and a great deal of noise. And at the end of it, one Roman soldier staggered to the top of the hill and he said, "It's a trick! There are 2 of them." So we film with one camera and we record the sound with another. If you have to pan, follow a moving subject. The subject is most important of all. Good sound and pictures never make up for an uninteresting or irrelevant subject. Now it's time to make your own vlog so you can show me how to do it better.